we have another chapter which is for number 13 of this first Peter again. This chapter reads, "But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also exceeding glory." This chapter is amazing in the explanation that we need. In Shona says, "Asifarai zvamunogovana naKristu pakutambudzika kwake, kuti pakuonekwa pokubwinya kwake mufarewo nomufaro mukuru." So we still that we have accepted Jesus Christ. So nekuti mamwe mashoko angati iye uchakupai zororo. So the only thing that the first thing is to accept him and join him on his suffering. Therefore, after that, he will give us a rejoice in his glory. So when he will come on his glory, this is the time where he will give us the rest. But for the moment, for the time we have received him, we have to show that we are receiving him in his suffering. So this is why this chapter says, "But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of the Christ's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may glad also." This simply means we have to go through some of the hardships because of him, so that when he will come, when his glory is revealed, this is the time where we will have rest. So this is time where we will partake on his suffering, so that when his glory is revealed, we will enjoy. So the time is not already the time to rest, but is the time to endure the hardships, so that when his glory is revealed, so that we will be on the Sabbath. So when the glory of Jesus is being revealed, this is the time where we will enjoy the Sabbath. But now, currently, we are supposed to be partakers on his suffering. We are supposed to endure. We are supposed to join him on his suffering. This simply means that we are not yet on the Sabbath, but we are still hoping. By hoping, we are partakers with him on his suffering. So the last verse I can read in this is number 7, which says, "Cast all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Be sober and be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour." Let me read the Shona, which says that, "Kandirai pamusoro pake kufunganya kwenyu kwose, nokuti unokuchengetai. Svinurai murinde muvengi wenyu dhiabhorosi, unofamba-famba seshumba inorira ichitsvaka waingaparadza." So some of us think that if we put everything on Jesus, we are about to rest. But the chapter is saying that if we put all our cares on him, he also cares for us. And it's continuously saying that whom resist. It is saying that be sober and be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, is a roaring lion, walk about seeking who he may devour. This verse is showing that how hard are we still need to stand. And it continues on. The verse 9 said, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. In the Shona tikuti isusu verse 9, svinurai murinde, muvengi wenyu diablos unofamba famba seshumba inorira ichitsvaka waingaparadza. Mudzivisei makamira nesimba pakutenda, muchiziva kuti kutambudzika ikoko kunoitirwa hama dzose dziri panyika. So this simply means that this suffering is happening to everyone, to every believer who is a partaker in Jesus. So we are still suffering, we are still need enduring. So if we still need to endure, this simply means that we are not yet on the Sabbath, but we should partake on this suffering until his glory is revealed. Kana iye achinge azouya, paachazopa mumwe nemumwe sezvaakabatira. This is the rest, this is the real Sabbath, which is resembled by the weekly Sabbath. So we have to review again what is the real Sabbath. So we can go on Revelations chapter 21 verse C. Revelation chapter 20 verse 4. This reads, Revelations chapter 21 verse 4. It says, let me start on chapter 3, or verse 3. I heard a great voice of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men. He will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them, and they be their God. Verse 4 said that God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, nor shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. This is the real rest, where there is no death, where there is no afflictions, where there is no even this world. So we will see that this is the real rest. So if we compare the current situation and the real rest, we are seeing that there is a very clear difference. So if there is still a very clear difference, we have to understand the difference between the rest and something which is not the rest. So it continues like this. And he that sat upon the throne said, behold, and he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I will make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. So let me read the Shona version so that things can go well. Verse 4 tichitanga paverse 3. Ndakanzwa izwi richibva kudenga richiti, tarirai, tabhenekeri yaMwari iri pakati pavanhu, iye uchagara navo, ivo vachava vanhu vake. Mwari amene uchava navo, ave Mwari wavo. Uchapisika misodzi yose pameso avo, rufu haruchavipo, kana kuchema, kana kurira, kana kutambudzika hakungavipo, nokuti zvokutanga zvapfuura. So we are seeing iri ndiro zororo chairo chairo rinomiririrwa nezororo remasabata evhiki rimwe nerimwe. So Kana tazopinda musabata iri, ndo zvinoreva kuti zvakanga zvichimirirwa nesabata remavhiki zvasvika. Saka as said by the chapter of Matthew chapter 5 verse 17, which used to say, till all be fulfilled, every jot or every title of the law shall no wisely pass till all be fulfilled. So until we reach this state, this is the time where the Sabbath is being fulfilled. So we need to do the Sabbath until we reach what it resembles. So in other words, if we see about with this verse which said, he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I will make all things new. And he said to me, write for me the word faithful. He said unto me, it is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is thirsty of the fountain of the water of life freely. So he that overcomes shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he will be my son. So we are hearing that everyone he have overcome all those afflictions, all those endurance, all those persecutions, is the one who will receive the glory of Jesus. So in relationship to the chapter of Luke verse 6, which says that Jesus is the Lord of the Sabbath, he doesn't mean that Jesus is only the Lord of the seventh day. It doesn't mean that Jesus is the Lord of that weekly Sabbath, though he is the owner of it. This chapter wasn't meaning that, but it was referring to that Jesus is the ruler on the everlasting life. It simply means that he is the one who will sit on the throne on the everlasting life. So if we can see again, when he came for the first time, he came as a lamb, as a sacrifice. So by the words he said, I am the Lord of the Sabbath, he wasn't referring to the same time when he came as a lamb, as a sacrifice, but he was referring to the time when he will come as a king, as a ruler, when he will give everyone who overcome his glory. So this is about the Sabbath. So when we hear from the Colossians, which says that no one should judge you pertaining the new moons or in respect of the holy days or of the Sabbath, he was referring things that was about to come. So we will hear from Prophet Isaiah saying that every flesh shall come on Sabbath by Sabbath, and Sabbath by Sabbath, and from new moon to new moon. So this simply means that this is the Sabbath.